Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of UHS Presents. I'm your host, the steampunk person, and my co-host here, I can't remember the name of the famous lady pirate, but there she is. Son of a bitch.
Steampunk person and pirate person. That's that's how much we're braining today, right?
This is the
That's
kind of
fine.
effort that I put into about 20 minutes of trying to find some costume. What's it called? Closet cosplay. That's what I got.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, this hat was dragged out of the closet and inspected for hobo spiders before putting it on because it's hobo spider season.
That was an excellent call.
Yeah, imagine like one crawls out of the nope.
Yeah, no, that would be the end of the show, like forever.
Just done.
Yeah, like it's like if this kind of shit's gonna happen live, then we're not doing live shows no more. I had a very sleepless weekend at CoolieCon, but I had a lot of fun and sold some books and got a couple people to check out the Sundering, so that was pretty cool. And then I came back and I slept for like 23 hours or something. I mean, I don't know how long it was. I know that I went to the back room to plug in my phone for just a minute, and then I woke up at like 6 o'clock this morning just having to pee real bad.
Cons are just like, it's really surprising. Like while you're doing it, you feel okay.
Mm-hmm.
But afterwards, it like drains your entire brain and body of all energy. Like it's
fluids. Like, just like I was so like all weekend long, I was aware that I needed to drink, and I felt like I was drinking so much that I felt like sloshy and stuff. And it's like I'm definitely still dehydrated. My kidneys hurt. That's how bad it was, and somehow I could not keep enough fluid in. Ugh. Something about conventions. I mean, they're so fun, but then the end of the week, you're like, I feel like somebody just put me through a wood chipper.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
I survived. I had a good time. CoolieCon was a lot of fun. Like, if you are in that, what is it, like, Coulee Valley region is, like, central western Wisconsin, and then Minnesota's right there, and, like, the upper corner of Iowa, like, if you're in anywhere in that general vicinity, it's a really good gaming convention to go to with if you want to get with like-minded nerds who like to play tabletop games and card games. And there was a little bit of video gaming, but that one hasn't taken off there yet. There's cosplay contests. It's pretty fun. Excuse me. We actually, Unlikely Heroes actually sponsored the cosplay contest there because it's small enough that we can afford to do shit like that. If it was a big cosplay contest, then we would not be able to manage that probably, but it's a nice little convention. Like maybe 700 to 1,000 people come, so it's not like massive, but it's getting big. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, what else do we have going on besides that for UHS news?
Basically just the Sundering. That's just been kind of existence.
Wait, I know we passed 35K. Like, I mean, you guys are awesome for all the money that you're throwing at us to make this book for you. I know we passed 35K. I mean, it's crazy. We have, like, what are some, I know we've got t-shirts. We got a bunch of t-shirts happening for stretch goals. We got, what's the big one? The tier with B. Dave Walters.
Yeah, we added a one-shot game with B. Dave. And this latest one at 35, we added, oh my god, I have this knowledge.
I mean, I have it. It's the thing of it, like, you are better at retaining the quantity of information than I am, and I'm like, yeah, I can't remember most of the stretch goals and all the cool rewards that you can back for. I can't remember them all. And there's so many that you can't remember. I mean, I know you can usually remember the whole thing, but there's just so much. This thing has just exceeded all of our expectations quickly.
Yeah. So 35 we unlocked another expansion pack for the book, basically. The Nightlands, the Dominion of Reason, the Vangi, which is going to be a brand new thing that you guys are going to enjoy. And I haven't announced the next stretch goal yet. We're still working out because we have a few things that are possibilities right now. So we're going to be adding that probably today if you're keeping an eye out on the stretch goals. But yeah, we're really excited. We're in awe on how well this is all going. We're excited to make a tabletop game with Hannibal and Damien. It's going to be awesome.
I am, okay, I've made no secret of this to everybody. I am pretty much a complete noob when it comes to D&D and tabletop games in general. Like, I was a weird kid and I didn't have any friends, so like I wouldn't have had anybody to play it with anyway. But I am curious about how many people are going in there backing for something and then seeing the next cool stretch goal pop up and go, oh shit, I gotta go change my bid now, and changing their backer amount. I know there was a few people at the convention this weekend. I showed them. So what I did was, because I don't know how to, I'm not good at, since I don't know much about how to play and like what the dynamics are and everything, I don't know how to promote a book like this either, all by myself with nobody to bounce off of. So my fallback was like, I'm gonna buy a big old bag of candy and put stickers with a QR code on them, and then I'm gonna tell people you can have this candy if you look at the campaign. And it fucking worked because everybody loves candy, right? So
it's a universal thing. It's a universal thing. I love that.
Yeah, it worked out. You probably saw pictures of I put pictures of there were little bags of Skittles with the stickers on them. We threw them up all over, and not threw up all over them. We threw them up, the pictures, not actual throw. Just.
This is important.
Well, I mean, it's a convention, and things like weird shit happens at conventions. You got to be clear on this stuff. Anyway, there were multiple people who were so interested just by the pictures that I was showing, because, I mean, incident with children who will not keep their hands off of my iPad aside, I did have my iPad handy to flip through pictures and show people examples of what's going to be in the book, and they would pull up the campaign on their phones, and then a couple of them even were like, oh, this is amazing, back, and then showing me their screen saying, look, I backed for the $20 digital. And I'm like, awesome. I didn't even ask that much. I didn't even ask them to look at it in front of me in order to get the candy. So yeah, it worked.
Yeah, I'm really happy at the reaction. I'm happy at the reaction to people being like, oh, so this is a tabletop adventure, for everyone. There's black NPCs and adventurers and people of color and LGBTQIA. Like, it's for everyone. So even if you haven't played D&D, like, the Sundering is for you. It's going to be so much fun to play. Once we're done the book, we're going to be play testing it. I'm sure you guys are we're going to have streams.
I told everybody that I'm definitely down. Like, I'm of course, I have absolutely zero shame, as y'all probably figured out by now. And like, I'm fine with, we could live stream a game of us playing a one shot and me just jumping in there not knowing what the fuck I'm doing and just Leroy Jenkins,
Yeah.
Like,
I
don't care. I'll do it. I don't give a shit.
It would be fun. It'll be great.
So I have a hole in my lip. It's okay. We're good. Fixed it. Katie's here. Hey, Katie. I assume when you say one just ran down my curtains, you were referring to the spiders, so I was like blocking that from my mind, because Katie showed us some pictures of the spiders in her place, and they are fucking gross. They're the creepiest little bastards. I mean, I don't think they're as big as the spiders we get here, but they are obviously from hell somewhere. So that's gross. Brad Arnie is on Facebook. He's here, and hey, and said that's a neat idea, and thank you. I'm always good. I think from now on, especially, like, I'm going to default to stickers on candy to throw at people when I don't know what else to do for a backing gimmick. If I should, like, that's a gimmick, right?
It's more fun than a flyer, because like, you get to eat something, and people at cons are all like, they're hungry. because they sometimes don't want to pay for super overpriced food. So
Yeah. And I noticed that Skittles is pretty fucking stingy with their fun-sized bags of candy now. It literally has one of each flavor in the bag. There's 5 pieces of candy in that whole bag. It's crazy. And it's like, I remember when they used to pack them so full they looked like tiny pillows when we were kids.
Mhm.
What happened to that? Quentin Rushing's also here and said candy and free shit. That's what we like.
Yes.
Right? I mean,
Yes.
so, I think I'm done on that. I could bitch about all the nitpicky shit that went wrong at the con all the rest of this hour, but we have invited somebody else to come talk about their stuff here, so I should probably stop bitching, is what I'm saying, and bring on our good friend Russell Nohelty, who is here to talk about what else but Ichabod Jones. So everybody say hi to Russell.
Hi.
Russell.
How are you doing?
Hey.
I guess I'm a steampunk person too, because these glasses are from my friend Nathan Luth's campaign, and he does a steampunk comic. So I guess me and Sarah are steampunk people, but I have an alien coming out of my head for some reason, because these are the glasses that were literally within reach when I was in the backstage area.
I'm alright. I'm fine with it. Those glasses are killer. I love them.
I think they make me kind of look like a psychopath, but like in a good way.
Right. You're
I
okay,
picture,
Sarah.
I picture like the Natural Born Killers cover, like that. Whenever I think of
Right.
these glasses, that's all I can think about is that Woody Harrelson like Natural Born Killer stuff.
I kind of get a Morpheus vibe from it too, like you're gonna offer me pills.
I was thinking John Lennon.
So did you know that they actually make like reading glasses that have no arms, and you can just buy them and they just stay on your nose? We were watching Sandman last night, and I don't think this is a spoiler, but one of the characters just is driving a car and he's got like these reading glasses on his nose that just like don't fall down, and I'm like, that's what? And like, I know that,
Right.
and in the whole Sandman show, this is the thing that blew my mind. And it sent me and my wife on a long expedition on like how to find glasses that just will stick on your nose as you're looking up.
Can I get does Zenny sell that shit? Like, can I get my prescription in a pair of those? Because I'm interested.
I don't know,
Yeah.
because now I have a whole new world open to me because I got LASIK last Thursday, and so like I literally couldn't have worn this like even a week ago. So I have all sorts of new glasses options that have become, because I'd worn glasses for 15 years, like, and not like I'd worn contacts since I started dating my wife. So that's like 2004. It's almost 20 years ago. So yeah, it's been wild to just be able to look at all of these different options and be like, I have tons of different like cheap glasses that I never thought I'd be able to wear around my house.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So I don't know if they can do that. I know for reading glasses, yes, but I don't know for prescription glasses. But you probably find some Morpheus glasses, just bring them in and be like, put my thing in this.
Yeah.
I mean, my failing vision is not so bad that I can't get away with no glasses at all. Like, I'm that asshole that's sitting with their phone, holding it out to here, going, if I close one eye and then I can read it. So I've got the plus one whatever, and then like the convergence insufficiency. So like I need them, and it's very obvious to my brains mostly that when I do and don't have them, because I don't get splitting headaches when I'm wearing my glasses while I'm working. But
Sure.
I mean, I want Morpheus glasses.
You should go and see if you can get them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is like just, you can now go forth with this new knowledge and try and get some Morpheus glasses.
See what we can find. Exactly.
Yeah. I was -9, so that's for people that don't know, like glasses, that's like you are blind. You are very blind. Like I took my glasses off and like someone I was just trying to do the pre op stuff that you have to do. And like they had me in the little thing that you go in, and they were like, better, worse, better, worse. And they were like, okay, now I'm going to just move this. And I had to do like the lines, and then they moved it away and were like, okay, read it now. It's like, you don't even have to go anywhere. Like I literally can't even see that board. Like there's nothing there.
It's just a blur.
It's just
Oh,
literally,
wow.
I can make out that there's a light going there. That's the best that I can do. So to go from that, and I've had glasses since I was in like second grade. So like what, that's 8, 9 years old. So like, and then I've had bad eyesight the whole time. So this is wild. Like they said it would change my life, and I'm not quite sure like being able to wear sunglasses like is life changing, but like it is wild. It is bonkers to be able to just be like, wow. Huh. This is what normal people like see, huh? Cool.
Like,
cool.
right.
Cool.
Like wake up in the morning and you don't have to put anything on your face. It's just
yeah, and I
you can
have the
just see.
phantom glasses paint. I'm like still doing this.
Right.
I'm like, wait, I can't quite see. And I'm like, oh no, that's just my eyes. My eyes can't see yet. So
That is really cool, though. I mean, congratulations that's. I mean, it is gonna change your life, and then you're gonna get all comfortable with it, and then you'll realize, and then like one day it'll probably just be like, oh shit, do you realize how many times I have not had to clean my glasses in the past 2 weeks?
oh, I just don't do that. Like that's
I don't either. I wait till they get so gross that I literally cannot see through them. But
the thing with the glasses for me is after like a year, they're so like there's so many scratches on them that it is hard to see out of them, and so like in that way, I'm happy. I don't know, like my not to get morose, but like my dad died several years ago, and my stepmother died last year, and like we just got like the estate done, and like my dad had been trying to get me to do LASIK like the several years before he died, and I was like, I'm just gonna do that as one of the things that we're doing. We're doing that. We're going to France, like, and I'm getting a couple of tattoos, and like that's what we get out of like the estate, and I feel like that's okay. And we donated some money to charity, so yes. And so yeah, I'm still in the thing where I have to wear taped glasses at night so that I don't scratch anything. So I think like maybe in a week. So when I get up, I still have to take things off now instead of put them on. So like in a week, maybe I'll be like, oh yeah, this is really cool. Because right now I just have it feels kind of similar.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think that given the story you just told, I think that your dad would probably be approving of what you chose to do with your estate.
Yeah, he'd be like, you wouldn't, man, my nagging came from the grave to tell you, and like it took a while.
He probably would have come back to slap you in the face or something if you hadn't done it, right? Like he would have been haunting you or something. I don't know.
Well, I'm unclear, like that, if my father would be able to recognize me at this point, like what if he came back, because I have lost 50 pounds. I like changed my entire wardrobe. I grew a huge beard. Like I got a bunch of tattoos. I don't have glasses. Like if we were passing each other, like would he recognize me? I mean, clearly if I was in front of him, I don't know. Cause like I was thinking about this, like I'm not even convinced that at a convention, like someone would recognize me if I wasn't in front of my banner. And I realized yesterday I have to get a new damn banner because my banner has glasses on it.
Oh shit.
Honestly, I think that I probably would recognize you if I saw you at a con without your, but like this is the only version of you that I've ever really seen, and of course from here up as well.
Right.
Right.
This is the only version I've only ever known you with the beard. So, but yeah, that's now I need to like go creep on your Facebook profile and find beardless pictures.
You can go back to I had a Van Dyke a long time ago because I really wanted a beard, but I couldn't draw this parts of the goatee. And then I had a short beard for a while, and then I just grew it out over the pandemic. So much so that Dean Haspiel, who I've met many times, was like, wait, who are you? And I was like, I don't know. We haven't seen each other in a long time. And also we're not that good friends. But when I described, he was like, okay, like I remember you now, but he might have just been saying that to be polite, to like get me to leave him alone. But we've been on we've met many times before, and I was like, and so now I'm wondering, I'm like, do people like really not recognize me, and they're being polite, like from the change in humanness, or just because like they don't remember me because like our monkey brain can only remember like 150 people.
So many people, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
unclear. But I have made, long story short, I have made many changes in the past 2 years.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's always interesting, even if the changes aren't good. So there's that.
And these ones are nebulously good.
And these-
I mean,
yeah.
the tattoos are
Well-
good, and the losing weight is good, but
Well, and the LASIK, like, I feel like that you are gonna wake up one day and go, holy shit, this is amazing. Like, maybe it's not happening yet, but it's gonna. One day you're just gonna be like, I am so glad I did that.
do you know what I
Yeah.
miss about glasses? I had the transition lenses, which meant like I never had to think
Oh.
about like sunglasses when I went
Sunglasses.
outside. I just would like,
Yep.
and now I'm like, wait, sunglasses have different levels of darkness. Like I have to be like, these are my super dark ones. Then I have lighter ones and like different colored ones. And like I never had to think about sunglasses before because they were just on my face. And if I needed it to be darker, it's like, well, too bad. Like this is how dark it is.
Right.
So I was walking and I was like, wow, I can't read my phone. And I was like, oh, this because these glasses are so dark. I literally can't even see my phone in them. So,
Yeah.
yes.
See, everybody, I have missing pigments in my eyes, which isn't like it doesn't affect my vision, but it does affect how well I can see when it's really bright or really dark. And so I cannot see anything when the sun is out full blast. So I have many pairs of sunglasses, and they have varying degrees of darkness. And everybody always gives me shit about it. And like, why do you have so many pairs of sunglasses? I'm like, you don't understand. They're different.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah. The different coloring, and some of them are like reflective and polarized, and some are not. Like,
Yeah.
there are so many.
Yeah.
I'm overwhelmed with sunglass options. I was overwhelmed with just blue blocker options. And, and then that didn't even include like all of the different shades of, anyway, there's a lot of shades of sunglasses for those people who have not. This is like the first time I've talked about it with anyone who was my wife, but like, it is a wild world out there. And just like this one aspect, and I wonder like how many other things that like, I just don't know anything about. And I get introduced and like, whoa, like this is just, there's a whole world going on out there. Like my friend is really into colognes, and he's like, I'm going to talk about a cologne a day for 30 days in August. And I'm like, there are 30 colognes?
Yeah. Wow.
Did you know there are 30,
Yeah.
like there are way more than 30 colognes. Like, I don't
I can
know.
see
I
that.
figured like with perfumes and cologne, there might be 30, but like, no, he's going on a whole thing of like cologne. So
Yep.
yeah.
There's a lot.
Huh. Yeah, my knowledge of colognes doesn't extend past like you see a commercial on TV and you're like, I know this is for cologne because it's so friggin' weird. Like
Yeah.
this commercial makes no sense at all, so I know it's for perfume or cologne. That's
Yeah.
my
Mine goes to
Old
Ralph.
Spice commercials are great, and
Yeah.
they're not even advertising the fucking Old Spice cologne. They're advertising the deodorant and shit. They're never. But
Yeah.
Old Spice is an aftershave and a cologne.
It is. I remember I have the same bottle of Ralph Lauren Blue that I had when I started dating my wife.
yeah.
And that's
Does
my
it
knowledge of
smell
colognes.
good anymore?
I don't know. I don't use it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I
okay, okay. When we're done here, you need to go open it up and smell it and tell us if it smells good or bad. Because now I need to know.
I will, because like it's gotta be. I just realized this. Like it's like 20 years old probably. Like it's because I had it before I met my wife.
I wonder if
no,
it's like
no,
wine
that's
or
not
just
true.
it's
She
strong.
got it. She got me a bottle at some point while we were dating. So it's got to be like, but that's still like that could be any time in the past roughly 20 years. So, yeah.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
does it go bad? Yeah, it's a good question.
Well, yeah, I'm curious. Like, does
I
it
know.
just turn to pure
Like
does
water or
like,
something?
Become concentrated? Does it ferment?
Yeah.
Or, like, what happens? I'm
Yeah, is
curious.
it like wine that just like gets like kind of super
Yeah.
and like do different colognes like age differently? Because like like different wines age differently. So like, do different colognes? These are the
Right.
questions that are very important, way more important than talking about my book. I want to know, does cologne ferment?
Maybe we should just press pause and you should go check that right now.
No.
Katie said, back to the glasses thing, she said, I'm so blind that if I drop the glasses on the floor, I can't see them. I have to grope around on the floor and hope I find them. And I'm like, just like Thelma on Scooby-Doo,
Yeah.
where she like,
yeah.
I have my glasses, and so she closes her eyes. My glasses.
Yeah, I thought I was
always
bad.
wanted
My
to
friend
fuck
yesterday said she was minus 15, and I was like, my God, that's double as bad as what I was almost. Like,
didn't
I don't
know
even
you
know how to
go
get
that
blinder
bad.
than me.
Yeah,
It
that's
could go down to minus 15. Holy shit.
Legally blind, I just looked this up, is if you cannot get corrective lenses that get you below 2200. So 2200 is basically, you know, when they have the big E on the board when you go into the eye, that's like 2200. So if your eyesight can't be corrected to that, you're legally blind.
Oh, wow.
So there are people that are just have very, very, very bad eyesight, and they probably should get LASIK or cataract surgery or whatever the thing is. But like, you can't do that for most people. Also, it's a whole thing. Eyes are like, I have a whole thing with eyes. So like, this was like the absolute worst surgery for me to possibly do, and I won't freak everyone else out by talking about
thing too, don't you?
Like, well, there are some very disturbing things that happen when you get LASIK, even though it's a very quick procedure. But yes, you do have to stay.
That described it all in detail, and I was like, yeah, thank you. I'm never going. I can't even handle putting in contacts now.
Yeah. Well, what's so like, my wife can't even get the thing blown on her in the eye doctor. You know, where they do like the puff of thing. But she can barely do that. She just, and I was like, so do people with eye phobia, can they get LASIK? And when I went into the pre-op, it was like, yeah, it should be no problem. I did the surgery, like the second word out of my mouth was like, no, you cannot do this surgery. There is just no way. I could barely do it.
If they need you to stay awake during that, then there is no way I could do it. Just, yeah. I mean, like I said, I can't even handle contacts, and then knowing I'm not gonna be that girl.
Yeah, don't do it.
Like that. I don't want to traumatize anybody who's watching, but like, I know what they do, and I just, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So you have to be very, very confident in the whole eye touching thing,
they sat me down, and the first thing they said was like, LeBron James. We did LeBron James's surgery, and I was like, well, he's the greatest basketball player on earth. Like, I mean, you got to be something. Well, yes.
That would make me feel better, though. Like, I feel better. Okay.
Yeah, LeBron James trusted with
and like, it was in Beverly Hills, and like all of as you walk through, just like signed pictures of like people, sports celebrities that you would recognize. Like, I can't name any other one but LeBron James, because they made that one very clear. But like, I was like, okay, well, like all these elite athletes have gone to this one place. Like, I don't think I could have gone to like Joe's LASIK center. Like, it had to be like this place or nowhere. And I was referred specifically by my optometrist. So like, both of those two things were basically the only reason, who I've been going to for as long as I've lived in Los Angeles. So like 10 years, something like that, 15 years, however long it's been. So like that, and the fact that like they did all of these people combined to be basically the only place I would be comfortable doing this. I did realize that because my business partner saw it on Chloe or Courtney or one of the Kardashians do it, and I did find out this is not the same place that they got their LASIK, but it is the place LeBron James got his LASIK. And so I was like, and they were like we've done 70,000 of these. I was like, okay, well, I mean, but I couldn't have done it if it weren't for, I kept thinking like, they've done LeBron James's procedure. Like, this is like really me, like falling for the marketing. I know it's me falling for the marketing, but I don't care. It's like, really like made me feel better. It's like the only thing that I could feel that I could do.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I would have done the same. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've literally spent half the show talking about everything except Ichabod Jones, so maybe we should talk a little bit about Ichabod Jones.
Sure. So Ichabod is my baby. It's 12 years of mine and Renzo's life, not straight, sporadically across. Basically like a long chunk in 2010, and then a long chunk from 2019 to 21. That we did all 16 of these issues, but like still, it's the book, aside from the Godsverse Chronicles, including the Godsverse Chronicles, that I've worked on for the longest. Like, it's literally the first comic that I ever did. It's the first full issue I ever produced, and the first trade, the first publishing deal I ever got, the first publishing deal I ever pulled back, the first Kickstarter I ran. So it's just like a list of firsts, and it means a whole lot to me. And yay, we went over 14,000 since we got on the air, so that's awesome. I'm very
I'm
blown
just
away.
gonna go ahead and take credit for that.
Yeah, you can. Go for it. They were like, I'm going to stop listening to LASIK and go and just back this project so they'll
Maybe
stop.
they'll shut up about LASIK's and eyeball touching.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I actually have the 4th volume in my possession, just the tester copy, because of the paper delays, which I know Lori and I have talked extensively about, just bitching over generally. I had to order both of our books for this year at the same time, so I have the sample copy of volume 4. And what's cool about the volumes is they all kind of have the same consistent branding. They all are meant to like look like one complete thought.
Yes, they look like a match set. Yes.
Yeah, and these are the 4 main characters from the Ichabod Jones Monster Hunter who have adorned our covers. So I wanted it to feel like a prestige like collector's edition. And when I think of like the prestige collector's editions, they always have like very bare covers, and so that's what I wanted to do with it. We did the same end sheets for all of the books, the same ribbon for all of the books. It's just like, it's kind of like a printer. So if you love print, like it's kind of just the dorkiness of I love talking about print stuff, and I love when a set matches, and I love when that last one you can definitely take credit for sure.
Oh Jesus! Wow, it went up a bunch, didn't it? Whoa.
So yeah, it's been really it's been a really rewarding experience. I've never, except for my wife and like my mother and sister, I don't think I've had a relationship longer than the relationship I've had with Renzo that was consistently keeps being updated. So it's been really gratifying to go through this journey with him and to see all of the cool his style progress over time as well, and be able to literally finish a book the way that we intended it from the beginning. And you don't get a lot of chances at that for in your life, and it's been a very magical, special experience for us to go through. Well, for me, I don't know. Renzo, I think Renzo every year between when we ended Ichabod and brought it back, at least once a year, he'd be like, "You want to do more Ichabod yet? You want to do more Ichabod yet?" And I was like, "No, no, no." So like, I have a feeling that he also really loves this this story as well, as much as I do. But yeah, it's really gratifying to watch like a complete thing that existed, not just as a one-off, because like we've got a lot of one-off books that we've done, but like to watch something like just have that much staying power in your life doesn't happen that often.
Yeah, and it's a really cool premise that you caught me the very first time I heard you talk about it. You caught me on it. So
yep. So it's about a mental patient that escapes an asylum that becomes a monster hunter during the apocalypse, but doesn't know if he's killing monsters, humans, or it's all in his head the whole time. What's been really gratifying is to hear from people who deal with mental illnesses, like like have them talk about how like it's how they see a positive depiction of it in media. And even though he's done some bad things in his life, like he is the hero of the story, like he is the one that we follow, and he is the one that like has the largest growth arc from the beginning to end. And you know, we do a lot of things in about positive self-talk and how just changing the self-talk that you have can like really affect how you think about yourself in the 2nd volume, the 3rd volume. So yeah, it's been a really just overall gratifying experience, and the outpouring of support has been overwhelming. I don't think this book, like I'm still shocked that this book exists, like in the form it is now, because it is so weird, and it is so violent, and it is so white male focused in a world that like is gone away, like is much more diverse. So like to see this particular character who is who has a disability and is chronically ill and all of these things, but like does not fit into generally what is very popular on Kickstarter, and to have it continually to be like, it's not a booby book. It's not like there's not like skimpy costumes. Like it's not like Ichabod is not aspirational. Like he's very much like all of his victories are hard won and short lived. He looks like a fool most of the time. Like even when he has success, like he is not like, it's not like that like sexy, like confident success that generally people gravitate towards. Is this much more like visceral, ugly success. And to watch all of that like come together, and it's just a very weird book. Like it's just like the way that I mess with your mind and go from like in thinking it's in the apocalypse to back on Earth to like in different time, like, all of these things that we play with, like it's incredibly gratifying to like watch the book, and honestly to watch the growth of like Renzo and myself also as a storyteller across there, because like knowing that the first volume was very like white guy centric, like we really worked to diversify the cast and to diversify like the lived experiences of the people and to bring in people from all different walks of life, and we only were able to do that because like there was time. I don't think I would have had the forethought or experience to do that if we just ran through all of these 16 issues, which would have been terrible because Necromonica wouldn't have existed, and the other characters that I don't want to spoil for people. But yes, long story short, like I'm very proud of this book, and it's a very weird book, and it's just so weird. Oh, and the art style is something that generally like is not in the mainstream comic book art style either. Like it's very it's inspired by underground comics in the early 2000s, like from SLG specifically. And so that's just not a thing that you see often. And I often am told, man, I really didn't like the art style from Ichabod until I started reading it. And then I really got into it. So yeah, very weird book that people like weird books really love.
I think the art style fits perfectly with the theme. That's interesting.
I do too. I mean, I definitely think like Renzo is maybe one of 10 artists on Earth who could draw this book in the way that would make it like, and I don't know if there's one that like is more perfect to draw this book than him, because of the way he plays with perspective and also is able to bring in action and add pathos to characters who are like, I mean, Ichabod starts the book as like he's a morally evil person who's interned in an asylum for killing a bunch of people, and he just, in very few panels, in very few pages, with just the way that he draws the character, like I think make you fall in love with him. Those big like blue eyes at the beginning of the book, then like the innocence that he just portrays, while still then the next page you see him viscerally like slaughtering somebody. But being able to walk that line is something, I don't know, like maybe Scotty Young can do. Yeah, there's a few other people who might be able to do it, but like I still think Renzo is uniquely qualified to do this particular book.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of, and it's not quite the right analogy because it is very much its own thing, but like Psychonauts. I don't know if you're familiar with that game and that art style. It's a very cartoony art style, but it's in the middle of like really weird shit that's happening, and it's really weird and kind of scary, but also kind of cute in a weird way.
yeah, that's basically the line we've tried to walk. Like Junji Ito meets like Care Bears.
Right.
I don't know. Like I can't think of another like more animated thing, but like underground comics meets manga meets like just like the most brutal shit you'll ever see. And there's Kathy. She's probably the secondary lead in the story after Ichabod. So
can we stop for a minute and just point out here, Russell has backed 667, The Neighbor of the Beast.
Oh, I should have stopped one ago. Oh.
Yeah, you should have, especially
Yeah,
for
you
this
fucked that
campaign.
right up, didn't ya?
I totally did. Just so well, but there's just too many good things. I don't
That's
think even
fair.
if I knew that was a thing, I could have stopped backing projects because there's just so much
You would
awesome.
have had to just make a new account just for backing stuff, and then left it
Yeah.
at 666 forever.
Exactly. Yes, and I'm way too lazy for that.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Wow.
work.
That's fair. So, well, we're flipping through. These are the covers for the previous volumes, right?
The
Very good.
volume 4 was the first
Yeah,
one.
this first one. Yeah, these are
Yes.
this is the current one. This is 3,
Yeah.
2.
I noticed, I
One.
think I noticed on camera, your covers have like spot UV finish too, where the character is. Is that what that is?
Yeah. So you can
Yes.
kind of,
Hang
there's
on,
spot
let me-
UV on them. You can kind of see on the
I
on
love
the, where
that.
it's shining.
So cool.
Yeah.
And there's also on
Yes.
the spine and then the back. Basically anything that's not just black except the barcode. Little tip for all you aspiring comic book people out there: don't put spot UV on the barcode. Like it makes it very hard / impossible to scan.
Because it's reflective. Oh shit.
And then you make all
Yeah.
the people who sell your books in their stores hate you.
That's
It definitely detracts from the experience, I would say. It doesn't make it impossible to scan, but like definitely hard, especially because everyone thinks that you scan the black, but you don't scan the barcode is not the black, it's the white.
Yep.
So you have so when you put it in a light, the white is just everything, right? Like it's just like all white because of the light reflects on it. So
yeah.
don't do that.
Shit. Good
Of
tips
course, you guys.
here.
Of course, you guys know that, but like, I'm sure there
Well,
are
when
many
I
aspiring
learned that,
comic
it
book
blew my
people.
freaking mind because I assumed that the black was the bars, but like the white's the bars. The white's the
Yeah.
important shit. Which makes me wonder why I haven't seen any barcodes that are a color other than black. Like, why aren't they blue or red? You know, they could be apparently if the black is what's not important.
I think it's just the ease of scan. I would assume it's probably just the ease of looking at it and
it's the cheapest
scanning.
ink as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And you're not gonna fuck with anybody who's got color blindness either. So,
yeah, yeah.
Many things, I'm sure. Oh, rating R for violence and language, because I didn't know that already.
I mean, it's a I don't think the language is that bad from anyone but the voice, but the violence by itself would be
yeah.
like.
Technically, I think one fuck makes it R-rated. Like more
No, it's
than
two.
one fuck.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Oh,
yes.
two.
Yeah.
Sorry, more than one. More than one.
More than one.
Yeah.
You get one in a PG-13 movie, but yes, more than that is.
Yeah, that's so such a popular guide that that's been a joke that's made it into. Wasn't it in Pulp Fiction that they talked about the R rating and what makes it, like how many times you can say the F-bomb?
I don't know.
Not sure.
It's
There's
possible.
been
Yeah.
That one
movies
definitely
that's
had
made
more
it.
than one F-bomb. That I'm sure of.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, I love this style.
Mm-hmm.
Me
Yeah,
too.
and it's an excellent style for this story. It's excellent.
I mean, I think what's cool is, we wanted it to feel from just looking at it that you weren't quite sure what was happening, like that there was, like it wasn't real, like it wasn't realistic. So like anything could be true. And I think Renzo in the first panels, there's a couple panels on the first, second page where like the hallways are warped in a way that like you really, like it really doubles down on that. Like, wait, is this like reality? Like, what is happening here? So yeah, I mean, I think it's perfect for the art style. And this is a panel from volume 3. I actually don't think I added anything from volume 4 because basically every page is a spoiler. So volume 1 was kind of a standalone, and then 2, 3, and 4 work as like one story. And there's a part of there's a place that like after that point, like it's all spoilers, so I can't add anything really from any of those things because
Fair enough.
this is the first volume, issue 3. Renzo did this awesome like green landscape because you were inside of a big giant worm's like desert worm's stomach. And these are like the little wormies that work inside of it. This is from volume 2. That's Necromonica, the first Wizard of the Apocalypse. This is from the very, very beginning, first issue, actually. So you can see even the perspective is a little bit skewed in this one intentionally, because we wanted to kind of not make you, which is very hard to do, to like make something that is perspectively only slightly off, but still works like to mimic reality. This is why Renzo's like an artistic genius.
That's those big innocent looking eyes as well.
Yeah,
that you were talking about.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, right now you don't quite know that he's no. At this point, you know, because in the first issue we have that one page where he just brutalizes a bunch of people, and like you know that he's a serial killer. But yeah, I think Renzo just does this great job of like making him believable and making him like lovable, even in his violence.
Yeah, for sure. Looking at this particular image, if you don't know anything else about the story, then you feel bad for him, because there's a giant monster that's bearing down on him right there. So.
Well, and this is one of those things where like Ichabod is not like a aspirational hero, because he just has a little stick and he turns and he like happens to catch the monster as it's coming to beat down with him, like in the jaw, and kill it, and then like falls through the floor. So again, like not like a very cool way to kill someone, like as far as like, you know, like Johnny Cool, like, you know, it's not like a Johnny Bravo, like, you know, cool stylistic way to kill people. It just is very much like getting through every second, which to me is very relatable, because I feel like every second I barely get through. So
very relatable to anybody who's dealt with any kind of even mild mental illness. Like very, very relatable.
Yeah, we really tried to make it relationally relatable, even though like it's clearly like not a super relatable story. He's like, it's a story of a person who's, at least in the parlance of the artistic style, is in the apocalypse, but like, you know, we wanted to have a lot of different relational things that made it feel more like real. Sure.
Yeah, like even if it's a fantastical story, like the feelings, the emotions that it what's the word, it makes you have, like the feels that it gives you, those are all totally relatable. So yeah, and I really do love the art.
I really love that it can go from this very small story to like this very brutal, like big thing, like in like one panel. Like it just like often it like snap and you'd be like, oh nope, now is the time for monster hunting. And you know, I try to in every volume at least have like one, every issue to at least have like one big monster fight. So that was kind of the constraint that I made.
Cool.
That's a good requirement. I like that.
I read and reread the first 4 issues over and over again to be like, what is the structure that people like? Because I think one thing, like on the creative side, is often, at least me, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what people like about a thing. I just know they like it, and I like had to spend time deconstructing each story when I go back to it to be like, okay, what are the points? And you know, clearly like there was a monster fight, or there was like some brutality that happened in the first few issues, and like there was like half the issue was relational stuff and half the issue was brutal monster fight. And so that was kind of how I determined to do it. Like basically at the page 10 mark, either like you're going to have a monster fight, or like it will switch and the monster fight will become more like a relational story.
Yeah, that's awesome. The Surgeon is kind of like that as well. We kind of have it kind of bounces from one issue to the next, from just like, you know, people of Turtle Island dealing with each other, to like this army of crazy people on meth attacking them, and this chick has severed hand bras and there's just gore and everyone's killing each other. And then the next book is like everyone's just talking about and existing together. I love that.
Yeah. And like,
that juxtaposition.
all the screenshots that you got of here of people talking, saying some very, very glowing things about Ichabod. So,
I mean, I've done a lot of projects. Some may or may not be with y'all, but that are coming up. I don't know. We may have something to say about that in the near future. But this Ichabod is very special in the fandom that it has. Like all of the projects I've ever worked on, I've never had fans that love a piece of my work in the way that they love Ichabod, where they like ask me questions about it, track me down at conventions, like demand that I make more of it, like all of the there's people that love other books of mine, but like the Ichabod fans are very special in how they relate to this series, which is really the biggest reason why I brought it back, because it was going out of print, and when we were going out of print, people said, no, you can't go out of print because it will never come back in print. And I was like, yeah, you're right, I'm just done with this. And they're like, you're not done with this? And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to make a ridiculously high Kickstarter goal, and if you hit that, I'll do more. And sure enough, like we did, like I asked for $15,000, like almost $16,000, and we got like almost $17,000. And I was like, all right, well, I guess we're doing Ichabod until it's over. And so this was, I thought it was going to go 7 volumes. I ended up going 4, because the one other thing about Ichabod is whatever you think can happen in 1 volume, compress double that amount of stuff. So literally the outline for 2 and 3 became 2. The outline for 4 and 5 became 3. The outline for 6 and 7 became 4, because like just that much stuff was packed into each volume. And I've learned to decompress things a little bit more in my age, but the Ichabod, the person who wrote this first volume and then put me on a path, like did not know chill. So Ichabod just does not know chill basically for the whole volume. And I just was like, all right, I guess I'm condensing everything into 2 volumes into 1 now. I'm just going to get double the action and double and it forced me to be like, okay, well, we got to have a lot of action and a lot of stuff have to happen. So like, I'm going to have to layer every scene with like relational stuff and other things as they're like moving forward through the world. So, which was cool, but also very tiring.
Yeah, it's kind of frantic, but I think that suits it. I think that works.
Yeah, there's a frenetic energy, I think, just like to the book that makes it really, that makes that level of intensity work. And especially because it's about like one character's journey. So and part of the book is about him like having these breaks and going between, like going to his life before, going to his life not in the apocalypse, he never was in the apocalypse, and all of those things are a part of and going back in time and seeing like how he, like some of the things that happened to make him who he was. So all of that stuff takes up such a big part of the book that there's not a lot of time. You add like, you put that piece in on top of the relational and on top of the monster fighting, like you have to get places pretty quickly.
Yeah. Sorry, I am distracted by. She's sticking her very sharp claws into my shirt. So it's very thin shirt, and they're just right through into my flesh.
I feel like Ichabod has cat energy, though. Like I feel like it's in a similar chaos,
for sure.
right?
Yeah, definitely has that like chaotic cat energy, except with like the desire to fit in like a dog has, but otherwise very, very cat energy for sure.
Oh my God, Lori, maybe Ichabod was Twee. Or Twee
right?
Was Ichabod? Twee was Ichabod?
Yeah.
I don't know. Holy crap, that's wild. Oh, so anyway, I think you have a lot. You have a lot of goal or pledge.
So it's really easy. Like if you like the hardcovers, you really just like $41. You get 1 hardcover, and then you just do a 2-book combo, 3-book combo, 4-book combo, 5-book combo, 6-book combo, 7-book combo as you go up. If you want to get the ebooks, then there's a piece that is like choose any number, and you can pick some amount of audio commentaries, which I do for each volume, or ebooks. But with the hardcovers, you get the audiobook and the ebook, the audio commentary and the ebook included in your pledge. So it is a little bit confusing. The problem is we have so many titles, and so often someone wants like one Ichabod, but they also want Pixie Dust, and they also want like Cthulhu #2, and you're like, okay, well, it's easier to just have like a 1-book combo, 2-book combo, 3-book combo, 4-book combo, so they can pick whatever thing they want, which ends up being kind of confusing to some people, but I don't know how to do it better. We have a lot of books, and no matter how many times people say just do the add-on menu, there is the biggest group of people does not use the add-on menu at all. So like if it's not there, they're not going to know to go to the add-on menu to get it. So you have to play this like game of it's all in the add-on menu, but a lot of it is on the page too, because if it's not on the page, you're going to get like problems. What I did for this campaign is I took everything that wasn't the comics and I put them just in the add-on menu. So Gods vs. Chronicles and the novels and all of that stuff. Unless you're going to get all of the novels together, like in a bundle, everything of that is on the add-on menu, because all the pins are only on the add-on menu, save for like a couple of options. But yeah, so I'm trying. Like I'm but like with any company, you know, like there's some quirkiness to what you can offer. Like I don't only offer Ichabod. I have other, you know, we have a lot of things that go on, and I have a lot of stock. So it's also not like I'm not reprinting books. Like I have just the books that we have in stock. So yeah, it's a little bit confusing. I recommend just do the all in, because then you could just get everything and not have to think about it.
That's good recommend. There's so much cool shit. Why not get all the cool shit? That's
exactly
our endorsement.
Anybody who's got that many, you've got that much stuff happening. Like it's a strange little dance you got to do to make it so that people get it, but also that it's understandable for people who just want to get the book that particular Kickstarter's for. Every campaign I get, you don't
like
have that much stuff, you still have to figure it out and like make it so that as many people as possible can understand what the hell you're trying to do here.
Well, yeah, because a lot of people are going to find you this campaign and they're going to be like, these are the fun books that you have. And then like Katrina is probably like, aside from if we ever do a Godsverse campaign again, like where am I going to promote Katrina on this page? But there's people that still want Katrina Hates the Dead or Pixie Dust. So like it just becomes, like you said, it's like a balancing act. And I've had the I don't know, good or bad fortune to have so many books that we've done through Wannabe Press that like I might as well offer them all. Like we're not working with a lot of different publishers until next year. So I just can offer them all. Just can offer all of the things. So yeah. I do get about 4 or 5 comments every campaign like, this is kind of confusing. Is this the right pledge level? And I'm like, yes, that's the right pledge level. I think that it's pretty self-explanatory, but clearly I am wrong. So I'm happy to answer questions. And yeah,
I feel like no matter what you do, someone's going to be confused. Even if it's super clear, someone's going to be confused. I obsess over clarity on these campaigns, and I always end up with at least one person like, oh, but what about this thing? And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Every single time. That's very relatable.
Even like, never mind Kickstarters, it's with pretty much anything that you're trying to organize that involves more than 1 or 2 people. You're always like, it's always something.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and then I've done campaigns that have less stuff, and people are always like, why didn't you tell me you had all this other stuff? And I'm like, I don't, like, people like, your campaigns are too long. I'm like,
just go
there's
to your
a lot
website,
of stuff
for Christ's
there.
sake. Just go to
There's
the
a
website.
lot of stuff there. So like, I mean, I don't mind, but yeah, I think you have to make. I think at some level you have to like balance the like. I want you to see all my stuff, and I want to have like I want to talk forever, and like I have to be succinct, and like everyone's gonna draw that line.
Yeah.
Differently, you know. I know you guys do a lot of merch. We tend to talk more about the books we have, and we don't do a lot of merch except for pins. So yeah, it's just every company has to make their own decisions. Just and
if this is the one that works best for you, then
I don't know if it's the one that works best for me.
If you're happy to answer questions about when somebody inevitably has one, then that's the way you should do it.
For sure. Yeah, and like these are all our pins. We have many pins.
I love the pins too.
You can get all of the pins as just pins, and you get some ebooks also at the 125 level if you just want to get all of the pins without anything else.
You have to make a new Russell pin now too, because you don't have glasses.
Yes.
I know, right?
Son of a bitch!
I'm gonna have to go and color it all in with Sharpies, so it's all like
exactly.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but yes, I sure am. Man, when you're branding as your face, like it's real tough.
Man.
Yeah.
You just shouldn't have gotten that damn surgery.
I know. Yeah, clearly.
Well, I guess you could go to cons and just wear frames.
I thought that I probably will get blue blockers, and when I'm on camera, I'll have to be wearing the blue blockers, and the blue blockers will be just like regular things. And if somehow I can find a blue blocker that is also transition, then I'll just like always be wearing them forever and just be frames only.
If Morpheus glasses exist out there for purchase easily, then surely blue blockers plus transitions must exist.
Yeah, I haven't done a lot of research. I've been unimpressed with how many they are, and here we are making a big loop around to the beginning of the episode, talking about LASIK again.
Which is perfect because we're just about out of time here. So
book is good. Go buy book. Buy them all. Just scroll all the way down and do the all in because all the books are good. And you get everything that we've done in either paperback, ebook, or ebook form.
And
I would do that on every campaign if I could.
Russell's tiers, the value gets exponentially more ridiculous. Like as you go down, like you're getting so much more stuff for less money. So
and it's worth it to take the time to look at them all carefully. So you are not going to be sorry, but don't just jump in there and pick whichever one that has the one thing that you came to this page for, because there's so much other cool shit that you can get if you just take the time to look at all the tiers.
Absolutely. I agree with that statement.
Definitely. Book is good. That's
book is good. Go buy book. Look at banner. Yes.
Buy book. Tell friends about book.
Yes, also do that.
Also.
We have a cool. So I don't ever do prints, but this week for everyone that backs by the end of this week, I'm doing a print for everyone who backs the physical book this week of Ichabod pissing himself at looking at the first monster in the apocalypse for the first time. And you get also a bunch of extra ebooks that I don't really talk about that much. Probably should do so more. Every week I unlock more ebooks for people from friends and other creators. You usually end up getting $60 to $100 if you back towards the beginning of the campaign in value or more. Backing now means you still don't pay to the end, and you get just more and more books as time goes on.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
You do that. You show us all up by with the taking the extra time to this first week you get everything that I said you get with the tier that you get, and then but you also get this other shit, and then the second week there's all this other new shit,
and it changes.
Yeah, you just
awesome.
I don't know about Lori, but I don't think that I have. Well, we maybe don't have enough stuff to do that yet either, but that's a lot of preparation that you do for these things. You put a lot of work into preparing for this stuff. So
we have a premium book. It's not cheap. The first physical book is $40, so I want to make sure people get as much value as they possibly can when they back. I was trying to tell somebody, you get the ebook, you get the audio commentary, you get the book, plus, and also the $40 is inclusive of shipping. and everything. So like you're not paying extra for shipping. So it includes shipping, and then you get all of the bonuses, which could be, you know, the last week it might be $20, but if you do it in the middle of the campaign, you're probably going to get $60 to $100 of like free ebooks as well, on top of all of the other stuff from like tons of amazing creators.
Yeah, and like you said, you still don't pay till the end. So if you back on the very first day, and then you realize the day before it's over that you can't swing that, like you still are able to back out, and you lose all that amazing pile of stuff that wasn't that you.
Or you could just go down to $1 and still get everything. I never understood that. Like people that just are like at $4.50 and then they just completely cancel their pledge. I'm like, I mean, I guess that's technically easier, but like, man, you like this pledge $450 worth. Like, what did I do?
Right.
What did I do to go from $4.50 to
crazy.
$0?
Yeah.
Like not $4.50 to $1. I get that, but like $4.50 to just literally nothing at all. Like
they're just
scorch
gone.
earth.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And
I mean,
anybody who backs in the first place, I'm sure that they can still back for that dollar. So that's, I didn't even think about that. That's a good damn point. So like always back on the very first day. You get so much shit. Like even we have stuff that you can only get if you back within the first day or two. So like everybody, like we don't have as much stuff as well, not yet anyway. We haven't done the every week you get new shit, but like even for us, if you back on the first day, you can still back out of it if you need to, but you get that extra goodies.
But stay in there at $1. Stay in.
Yeah.
Or stay in at $450. Like that's really the best.
Yeah, ideally, but yeah.
I mean, people can do what they. I just like this is not like a screed against people who do that. I don't understand. Like I don't understand that. Like,
I bet they probably just don't know. They just don't realize that they can just knock it down to the $1 and still.
Maybe they're just like, I got to cancel all of these pledges. Sometimes it is like when you have 50 pledges and you're like, oh my god, I gotta like. There's a lot of things out there now. I just need less things out there, even at $1. So like I get that too. But anyway, book good, go buy book, read book, enjoy book. That's really the thesis of. Yes. And get the Sundering too, because like that's awesome, and Hannibal's awesome, and I don't know the other person, but I do know Hannibal. Damien. We've known each other for a long time. Yeah, I don't know Damien personally, but like I love Hannibal. He's great. He always does amazing stories, and you should go.
My preliminary interactions with Damien suggest that he is also very cool.
I mean, Hannibal does not work with people who are not cool. So like and that was a compliment for y'all too. But Sundering looks great. Like I can't wait to see what you guys do next. And
I couldn't work with Hannibal without Lori, because Hannibal is so intense. He's just like balls to the wall every moment until it's done. Like if you like Damien said, you do not tell Hannibal about this cool idea that you have unless you intend to make that cool idea a reality, because he will do it. And he will get shit done. That is the one thing about him. Shit done.
Yes.
So yes, definitely. And it's I see. Let me take this down so that we can see it again. To buy book, go to WrestleNulty.com/KS, because that will get you to the place where you buy book.
Yeah. Or you can just go to Ichabod and search Kickstarter and search for it.
Yeah.
It's probably a good choice if you back the Sundering, that you'll get the thing that Kickstarter will be like, you should look at this other cool project, because like, there's a lot of people that are in both of our fandoms. So
very true,
however you want to do it, just as long as you back both books.
The problem with going to Kickstarter and finding it is that Ichabod is a tricky name to spell, and I kept trying to my fingers were going faster than my brain, so I kept typing IH instead of ICH, and then I was like, why the hell is it coming up? It worked the first time, and
Kickstarter is very their search algorithm is very persnickety. Like you have to search things exactly if you want to find it. They don't do the like, did you mean this?
No, they don't. It's terrible.
Well, and I mean, I'm just tired. Like I probably could have been. Well, no, okay, I'm not gonna like. That's a lie. I still would have fucked it up if I wasn't tired. But I am tired. So like that's the excuse I'm using for
Good
today.
news, you just go to this one. Just go to this link. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why it's there.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
very easy.
WrestleNohelty.com. There you go. /KS. But yeah, you can search it. It's if you can spell Ichabod, then you can type in Ichabod Jones and you'll get the Kickstarter. That's something I like to do when we have somebody else on to talk about their Kickstarter. I always go and check how easy it is to search on Kickstarter. And once I managed to fucking spell it right, I found it no problem. So I assure you.
It's a lot easier than Cthulhu, but it has its own
Jesus
problems.
Christ.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
I still don't know how to spell Cthulhu. I'm not even, like, just, let's not even get into that. So, yeah. Thank you for coming on this week. It's always fun to have you on. Like, you're always welcome. Every time, every Kickstarter, everything. Next project, you just, you're
Awesome.
always
Well,
welcome.
I have a feeling I'll be on considerably in 2023. I'm not quite sure yet, but
I do suspect.
theoretically, possibly, intimating.
We're teasing a lot of things.
We are.
Without teasing them.
Oh, maybe.
I also don't know when
I
don't know when it's going to be announced. So I'm just, or I don't know if there's a thing to even announce. But like, just know that some things that eventually it will be 2023, and things might exist in that thing that involve UHS doing Kickstarters. I'm assuming there will be Kickstarters next year that you guys are doing.
Yes.
Yes, that's if I can say for sure.
That's a given.
Yeah.
Well, it's lovely to be on. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
for having me.
it's always fun to have you come talk about mostly LASIK.
Of course.
So, all right. Next week, what are we doing next week? Shit. Oh, we are having the Sundering crew on next week. So I think Hannibal and Damien and John Pence is coming. We're gonna try and get John Kutzer. Maybe we could just have some sword talk because we still haven't gotten those two to agree on time to just come and talk about swords. So,
yeah,
I think
there's gonna be
Katie
sword stuff.
Probably be showing up.
Brian Lambert.
Brian, who I can't forget. There's like 10 or 15 people. I don't know. There's a lot of people. There's so many people.
It's gonna be fun.
I can't remember my own name sometimes, so like asking me to remember other people's names is like. But I'm positive that me and Lori will be here, unless I just ascend to a higher plane. I don't know. I'm not gonna go up. It'll be like a lateral move at best. So. But if I'm in a different timeline, then I won't be here. But otherwise, I'm gonna be here. So and with that, thank everybody. I thank you all for coming and watching. I am very tired, so I'm probably gonna like come zip through this tomorrow and just be like, "What the fuck?" People are gonna think I was on drugs.
That's fine.
I mean,
we're all on
technically
some kind of drugs,
yeah,
right?
Technically, it's not wrong. I mean, I take lots of prescription medications as the label directs. And I also popped a couple ibuprofen because my head felt like it was this big and I needed it to shrink down to the normal size. So, alrighty.
Drugs.
Yes. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Russell. We'll see y'all next week. Have a wonderful rest of your night and a wonderful rest of your week. And bye. I just heard a brrr.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Laguna's the best. So, alright, now for reals. We're leaving now, bye.
Aww.